spend some time with me again today. Today I'm going to be doing a very highly requested video, which is a full face makeup routine. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. I'm starting with my e.l.f. moisturizer and applying that all over my face, under eyes, on my eyelids, and down my neck as well. And I'm now going in with my Neutrogena Skin Clearing Makeup in the shade 70 Fresh Beige. And I'm going to shake that on my finger and pat it on with my finger. Shake, 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 shake. I'm now using this Urban Decay optical blurring brush, which has a pretty dense dome top, and I'm blending the makeup all over my face and down my neck, and also onto my ears to prevent any lines. Blending, 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 blending. As you may be able to hear, I'm just adding some common makeup trigger sounds, such as the opening and closing of a container. I'm now going to focus on my eyebrows, and I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Powder Duo with a angled eyebrow brush, and I'm going into the lighter color. I am certainly not a brow expert, and I don't claim to be, so I just sort of do as I think is best. So I just color in a little bit to create a shape and fullness. I'm now going in with this Anastasia Beverly Hills Tinted Brow Gel. You'll see it has a spoolie, and I just wipe that through a few times to again create the shape that I want and to make sure that it lasts all day. And that is what the gel does. Spooling, 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 spooling. I'm now going in with this NYX High Coverage Concealer, and I'm using a flat concealer brush just to line underneath my eyebrow. And directly over my eyebrow, just to cement the shape. And it makes the brows stand out a bit as well. It looks a little bizarre right now, but it will blend in. Now going to take this Beauty Blender sponge and blend the concealer. I like to do this step first because when I highlight later with concealer, it's easier to blend into what I've just done with the eyebrows. I'm going to use this Fit Me concealer now, directly under my eyes. And I'm going to apply it in a triangle shape to give brightness to the under eye area. I'm also going to apply it down my nose and just on my forehead. And I realize I look a bit like a clown. Again, taking my beauty blender, I'm going to blend that in nicely. I do like to leave just a bit unblended, just to keep the brightness, since that's the entire point of this part. I'm now using this Shade and Light palette by Kat Von D, which is a brand new palette for me. And I'm going to be using this shade here to set my concealer under my eyes. I'm using this number 73 brush from Sephora, and I'm just dipping it in there and applying it pretty generously everywhere that I put the concealer under my eye. It gets very powdery. This is actually my first time using the powder provided in the Kat Von D palette to set the concealer, but I wanted to give it a try. I'm just going to gently brush the mic. As I wait for this to set, I'm going to be applying my eyeshadow using the bronze eyeshadow palette. And I'm going to go in with the lightest color and a fluffy brush and apply that color all over my lid. Just gently brushing the mic. Going in with a tapered, dense brush and a darker color. I'm going to create a faded look, or attempt to create a faded look. So I back it into the corner and start blending inward. Blending, 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 blending. And you always hear it. Blending is the most important thing when it comes to eyeshadow looks. So I'm just blending, blending, blending up into the crease and into my eyelid. This is certainly not an everyday look for me, and I do not wear makeup every day. Most of you know I am a mother of a 2-year-old, and I am expecting in about 6 weeks. So there's not always time to do makeup, but when I do have time or when I'm filming, I really enjoy applying makeup and trying new things with it. So as you can see, it's really just a very repetitive blending, 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 blending. I definitely packed it on a little bit too much with this eye, but I will just play it off. Blending, blending, having a little trouble blending this eye, I'm going to use that fluffy brush to blend a little bit better. If the lines are off, you can always go in later with the concealer to clean up the lines for a nice cat eye, if that's what you're going for. I'm now taking this slightly denser eyeshadow brush in a shimmery nude color and applying it just to the inner corner and bottom lid, and blending in as well with that darker outer corner color. Just to bring a little bit of dimension. I'll go back in with that same brush that I used for the darker color, just to bring it in a little bit more. With a very dense eyeshadow brush, I'm going to go into that lightest color and apply it just under my brow on the bone. And this serves to give the eyebrow a bit of a lift. And brighten the eye a bit. This is a tapered, dense brush that I'm going in with that outer color and just bringing it down right into my waterline just to continue the color and complete the look. I'm now using my Estee Lauder mascara. And applying that right to the lashes. Spoolie, 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 spoolie. You have to be very careful at this part, because if you get mascara anywhere but on your eyelashes, it is completely impossible to wipe off. So you have to be very careful. I'm now going to go back in with the Shade and Light palette to contour. I'll be using this color. I normally use this middle color, or I have been, but I wanted to try something a little different today. I'm going to go in with this angled contour brush and just dip it in a couple of times and apply that right to the hollows of my cheeks. I'm glad that I tried this color because I think that I like it for contouring better than the other one on my skin tone. Contour colors should have, for lighter skin tones anyway, a bit of a gray undertone, since it is supposed to mimic a shadow. So if a contour color is too warm, it will just look like mud rather than a shadow. And the point of contouring on your forehead is to just make it look a little smaller and also to complete the look. And if you have a double chin, you can always contour it out, which I may have a little one now that I'm nearly 9 months pregnant, so. And I don't always contour my nose, but I did for the video. My nose is very thin and bony anyway, but I just figured I could add it in there. Now with this big tapered brush, I will just wipe away the powder that has been baking, and as you'll see, it will leave a nice light color underneath my eyes and brighten my face a bit. Some people will also apply it to their forehead or their chin, but I just like to do under my eyes. I'm now using this MAC blush in Gingerly, which is my go-to color. And I'm using a Real Techniques fluffy brush to apply it. I apply it just to the side of the apples of my cheeks and up following the contour. Different face shapes will call for different ways to apply blush, but I found that this way works best for me. And you guys have seen this before. This is my Glow Kit by Anastasia, Beverly Hills. It is my go-to highlighting palette. So I just apply that right to the apples of my cheeks, follow the blush line, and go follow the line up to my eyebrow a bit. Put a little on my chin and on my cupid's bow. And sometimes I will add some right above my eyebrows, which I did today, but I don't always do. So I'm almost done. I am just now going to go in with this Maybelline Master Fix, so this will cause my makeup to last all day. And that is pretty much it. Here's me trying to attempt some sort of good look with my hair. Anyway, I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video, and I will see you very soon. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great